An asylum seeker is defined as a person who has crossed an international border in search of safety or has a refugee status in another country. A refugee is defined as a person who has fled their own country or is unable to return to their own due to fear of being prosecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, or membership to a particular group or political opinion.
Refugees are not the same as economic migrants. Refugees flee from conflict, whereas economic plan their stay in Britain and will still have a home to return to. The 1951 Refugee Convention was designed to tackle issues of refugees during the Second World War. It was then modified in 1967 by the Protocol, which then extended its application across the world. Being a refugee affects their emotional well-being, language, religion, and ethnicity. Some refugees seek better lives for their children and send them to different countries by themselves. The Convention and its protocol helps protect 50 million people. This also verifies who and who isn't a refugee. It also verifies that countries can't send them back if they're in danger. It was also the first international agreement to define basic human rights.
Globally, only 14% of refugees actually live in Europe, but negative media is influencing people's opinions. Children from 3,000 children annually arrive unaccompanied in the UK and apply for asylum. The educational needs of refugee or asylum-seeking children are perhaps the least recognised within schools. This is perhaps down to the places these children settle and then the school catchment areas.
Oscar Ali is a 20-year-old refugee from Syria. He came to the UK in June 2015 and he was a student in a top university in Syria studying electrical engineering. He fled Syria because of war and was granted status in August 2015. He's now away from his family and his mother now lives in Turkey with his brother and sister. Some of his family still live in Syria and he worries every day about them. He says Syria, as his home country, is a beautiful place. It's full of his friends and family. All the homes have been destroyed because of all the conflict. There are people with weapons everywhere, and ISIS has now taken over his local town of Al-Khamish. He would be very happy to go back to Syria, but until the war stops, he feels threatened and doesn't want to go back until it's guaranteed he'll be safe. He's now living in Wales and he feels protected. He no longer has to deal with people wearing balaclavas threatening to kill him. He feels very welcome. The UK government's decision to relocate 20,000 people every year so then they can get the same protection and have the same sense of security